So you would think that when you came to the Van Tharp Institute that you would learn all about trading, and you do, but the most important thing is the internal transformation that I get. I went to Van's Infinite Wealth and something clicked inside of me, and I realized I needed to change my life and change my spending habits, change just everything about my life, because I realized that internally I had the power to do that. I realized that I was able, with this ability, to find out what I can do in order to become infinitely wealthy. I basically was living out in Arizona. My husband was in Texas. For personal reasons, we were commuting back and forth. This has been happening for 11 years. You can imagine the money that was going in and out, but not to us, to everybody else, with homes, travel expenses, cars, my husband having an apartment, myself having a home, then me moving to another area in Arizona. Now we've got 2 homes there, an apartment in Texas. Just the bills were just piling up, but we were able to do it. The pants were just tight, but we needed to go internally, and that's what Van does. That's what his workshops are, is to find the power within. I could go through a long litany of line by line items of what I saved, but basically I've saved the family $17,500 a month. A little bit more as time goes on, because now we're able to take that money and move it over here, which Van teaches. Once you get this paid off, you go here, and you're out of debt. And that is quickly happening. As I sit here and talk about this Infinite Wealth workshop, it's so much more than that. And I remember having dinner with Van one night, because he does that with groups of people. And I said, Van, that was a really technical workshop. He looked at me and smiled, and I'll never forget this. He said, all my workshops are spiritual. And I was so moved by that. And he said, it's all just an illusion, Carla. And when you realize that it's all just an illusion, you can decide how it's going to go. So there it is. And so in closing, I want to say that Van and the staff and the super traders have been such an important part of my life, and they will always be with me. And there is something about this that is different for me, will be different for you, but I know for me, it's not about the money, it's the peace. It's the peace that I find here.